Hello student. So after completion of the blood supply of the upper limb, let's start the blood supply of the lower limb. So lower limb that consists of the first major artery, that is the femoral artery, which is the branch of external iliac artery. Then when the femoral artery enters into the popliteal fossa, so the name of that artery, it is called the popliteal artery. And then this popliteal artery, it is again divided into anterior tibial artery and the posterior tibial artery. Okay, so these are the major arterial supply by the arteries. So let's see the details of this artery and the venous drainage of the lower limb. So here in this diagram you can see that is the arterial supply of the lower limb. So this is first artery which is enters into the thigh, that is the femoral artery. So here you can see the femoral artery, it is the branch of external iliac artery. So it at the midpoint of the inguinal ligament, that is enters into the thigh, so that the artery, it is called the femoral artery. Then the femoral artery, it goes downwards and then it goes posteriorly and enters into that the popliteal fossa. So here light color you can see that artery should be present on the posterior part of the knee joint. So as it is enters into the popliteal fossa, so the name of that artery, it is called the popliteal artery. Then in the lower part of the popliteal fossa, this artery is again divided into that the two branches. First, which comes into the anterior compartment of the leg, so that is called the anterior tibial artery. And the other, which is the large branch of, that is the popliteal artery, which is present to the posterior part of the leg, so it is called the posterior tibial artery. And then it gives the posterior tibial artery, it gives the another branch which is present on the posterior side of the leg, so called the peroneal artery. Okay? Then the anterior tibial artery, it is continue, goes downward direction, and as it is enters into that the dorsum of foot, so that is called the dorsal pedis artery. Okay? So let's see the details of that the artery. Out of this, the femoral artery and the popliteal artery, that we had seen the femoral artery that seen into that the femoral triangle and into the thigh region, and the popliteal artery we had seen into that the popliteal fossa. Okay? So now we should have to see that is the anterior tibial artery, the posterior tibial artery and the dorsal pedis artery. So let's see the details of this artery. So here in this diagram you can see that is the anterior tibial artery. So let's see the anterior tibial artery. So it is the main artery of the anterior compartment of the leg, and it supply the blood, oxygenated blood, to the muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg. Then the beginning, course and the termination of that the artery. So anterior tibial artery, it is the smaller terminal branch of the popliteal artery. You know, into the posterior compartment that the popliteal fossa is present posterior to that the knee joint, and from this it should be divided the anterior and the posterior tibial artery. So it is smaller terminal branch of the popliteal artery. It begins back of the leg at the lower border of the popliteus muscle. Okay? Then it enters into the anterior compartment of the leg by passing forwards close to that the fibula. So here you can see through the opening in the upper part of interosseous membrane. So here you can see that is the interosseous membrane, and this artery is come out from the upper part of interosseous membrane. Then in the anterior compartment, it runs vertically and downwards to the point midway between the two malleoli. So here you can see that is the medial malleolus and the lateral malleolus, where it changes its name and becomes the dorsal pedis artery. So here you can see that is it should be the name turn, that is the dorsal pedis artery. Okay? Then we should have to see that is the branches of the anterior tibial artery. So first branches, that is the muscular branches which is supplied to the muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg. Then the second are the anterior and posterior tibial recurrent branches. So here you can see the tibial recurrent branch. anterior tibial recurrent artery, and same like this posterior tibial recurrent artery. And the third branches in the lower side, it should be gives lateral malleolar network. So here you can see anterior lateral malleolar artery and anterior medial malleolar artery. Okay? So here you can see that should be forming the network around that the ankle joint. So these are the branches of the anterior tibial artery. Okay? After then we should have to see that is the dorsal pedis artery. So for this we should have to see the another diagram. So here in this diagram you can see that is the dorsal pedis artery. So here this one, and these are the branches of the dorsal pedis artery. So let's see the dorsal pedis artery. So this is the dorsal pedis artery. So it is the chief palpebral artery of the dorsum of the foot, and it is commonly palpated in the patient with the vaso-occlusive disease of the lower limb. Okay? And you know it is the continuation of the anterior tibial artery to the dorsum of foot. So here, then the beginning, course and the termination. So this artery begins from the in front of the angle between the two malleoli. So that is the medial malleolus and lateral malleolus. So between this that the artery should be start. Then it is passes forwards along the medial side of the dorsum of foot to reach the proximal end of the first intermetatarsal space. So this one. Then here it dips downwards between the two heads of the first dorsal interosseous muscle. So here you can see it dips into the first dorsal interosseous muscle and ends in the sole by completing the plantar arterial arch. Okay? So it goes into that the sole of foot and it forming that the plantar arch. Okay? Then it gives, before it goes into that the foot, sole of foot, so it gives the several branches. So first branch, that is the lateral tarsal artery. So here you can see this is the lateral tarsal artery. So it is larger than the medial tarsal artery and arises near to that the navicular bone. Okay? It passes deep to the extensor digitorum brevis and supply to that the muscle and neighboring tarsal joints and ends in the lateral malleolar network. Okay? Then the medial tarsal branch. So here this one, the medial tarsal branch or the artery. So these are the 2 or 3 small twins which joins the medial malleolar network. So these are. Then the arcuate artery. So here you can see this one, that forming the arch called the arcuate artery. So it is the large branch which arises opposite to that the medial cuneiform. So here. Okay? Then it turns laterally over the base of metatarsal bone and deep to the tendons of extensor digitorum longus and extensor digitorum brevis. And then it divided into the 3 branches, that is the second, third and the fourth dorsal metatarsal arteries. So here you can see these are the second, third and fourth dorsal metatarsal artery. Okay? And this artery again subdivided into dorsal digital arteries, this one. So these 3 arteries that is supply to the lateral 4 digits of the dorsum of the foot. Okay? And the last one branch, which is the large branch, it is called the dorsal digital artery of the medial side of the big toe. So this one. Okay? So it is the first dorsal metatarsal artery which is arises just before the dorsal pedis artery dips into the sole. So here you can see that is the artery goes dips into the sole and before it should be continuous. That is the first dorsal digital artery. ठीक है. Then it gives branch to the medial side of the big toe. So here you can see, and divides into the dorsal digital branches. So here dorsal digital branches for the adjacent side of the first and the second toe, this one. Okay, so that is the dorsal pedis artery, and this is the most important palpebral artery of the leg. So here near about in this region, that is the dorsal pedis artery, it should be palpated. So here now we should have to say that is the posterior tibial artery. So here in this diagram you can see this is the posterior tibial artery, this one. Okay, so this is the popliteal artery. Here you can see this is the popliteal artery, and then it should be divided the anterior tibial, which goes on the anterior compartment of the leg, and the posterior tibial artery, it comes into the posterior compartment of the leg, this one. So let's see the posterior tibial artery. So beginning, course and the termination. Okay, so it begins the lower border of the popliteus muscle. So here you can see in this diagram, that is the popliteus muscle, this one, and it begins at the lower border of the popliteus muscle, that is between the tibia and the fibula. So here you can see tibia and this fibula. So in between that the artery should be start, and deep to that the gastrocnemius muscle. Okay, after then we should have to see that is the course of the posterior tibial artery. Then this artery, it enters the back of the leg. So here you can see it enters into the back of the leg by passing deep to the tendinous arch of the soleus. So here you can see that is the soleus muscle, this one, and this is the tendinous arch. Okay, so from this it should be enters deep to the back of leg. After then in the leg it runs downwards. Here you can see it runs downwards slightly medially to reach the posteromedial side of the angle. So here it is posteromedial side of the ankle, midway between the medial malleolus and the medial tubercle of the calcaneus. So here that is you can see that is the medial tubercle of the calcaneus, and that is the medial malleolus, this one. Okay, then it terminates deep to the flexor retinaculum, so this one, by dividing into lateral and medial plantar arteries. So here you can see that is the medial plantar artery, and this is the lateral plantar artery. So it should be terminate into that the medial and the lateral plantar artery. Okay, so between it course it should be used, that is the several branches. So the first branch, that is the peroneal artery. So here you can see this one, that is so peroneal artery. So it is the largest branch of the posterior tibial artery, this one. Then the several muscular branches which gives off the muscles of the back of the leg. Okay, third, that is the nutrient artery. So in another diagram we can see that is the total details branches of that is the posterior tibial artery. So here in this diagram you can see this is the nutrient artery, okay, which gives off to that the tibia. Then next, that is the anastomotic branches of posterior tibial artery. So the anastomotic branches means that should be communicated with that is the common peroneal artery. So first, that is the circumflex fibular branch. So circumflex fibular branch, this is the circumflex fibular branch. ठीक है, it winds round the lateral side of the neck of the fibula to reach the front of knee, where it takes part in the anastomosis around that the knee joint. So this one. ठीक है, the next anastomotic branch, that is a communicating branch which forming this one, communicating branch. ठीक है, so this is the arch with similar branch of the peroneal artery, about 5 centimeter above to that the ankle. So from ankle joint it should be near about 5 centimeter above. And the last one, that is the malleolar artery. So this one here you can see. So it anastomoses with the other arteries over the medial malleolus. And the last one, that is the calcaneal branch. So here you can see this is the calcaneal branch, last one. Okay, so calcaneal branch, it anastomoses with the other artery in this region and forming the network around that the ankle joint. Okay, and last one, that is the terminal branches. So these are the medial and lateral plantar arteries. So here you can see this is the medial plantar arteries and this is the lateral plantar arteries. So these posterior tibial artery, it should be terminate into that the medial and lateral plantar arteries. Okay, so that is the course of the posterior tibial artery. Okay, after then we should have to see that is the peroneal artery. So this one. So for this we should have to see the another diagram. So here in this diagram you can see this is the peroneal artery. So this is the largest branch of the posterior tibial artery, first and the largest branch of the posterior tibial artery. It supplied the nutrition or the oxygenated blood to the posterior and the lateral compartment of the leg. Okay? Then it begins 2.5 centimeter below to the lower border of the popliteus muscle. So this is, you can see that is the popliteus muscle, and it is originate from the 2.5 centimeter below to that the lower border of the popliteus muscle. Then course, it runs downwards obliquely towards that the fibula and it descends along the medial crest of the fibula. So here. Okay? Then it passes behind the inferior tibiofibular joint. So here, and the ankle joint and medial to the peroneal tendons. Okay? And terminates into that, it should be terminates into the number of lateral calcaneal branches. So here you can see the lateral calcaneal branches. Okay? Let's see after then, that is the branches of the fibular artery. So for this we should have to see that is the another diagram. So in this diagram we can see this is the peroneal artery, and let's see that is the branches. So first branch, that is the muscular branch. So muscular branches that should be supply the nutrition to the posterior and the lateral compartment of the muscles. Okay? Then next, that is the nutrient artery. So here you can see this is the nutrient artery which enters into that the fibula and supply to the fibula bone. Then the third, that is the anastomotic branches. So anastomotic branches that consist of the first, the perforating branch. So here you can see this is the perforating branch, this one. Okay? So it is the large perforating branch pierce the interosseous membrane 5 centimeter above to that the ankle and joins the lateral malleolar network. So this one. Then next, the communicating branch. So this one here you can see. Okay? So this communicating branch anastomoses with the similar branch from the posterior tibial artery. So here you can see this is the posterior tibial artery and the communicating branch that should be comes out. Okay? And it is present 5 centimeter above to the lower end of the tibia from this. Okay? And the last one, that is the calcaneal branch. So here you can see. So this is the calcaneal branch joined with the lateral malleolar network. Okay? So in this way the anastomotic branches are formed. And the perforating branch, this one, this is the perforating branch of the peroneal artery, it may be reinforced or even it may be replace the dorsal pedis artery. So this is the course of the peroneal artery.